Thank you for tuning in to Turn the Pages. I am your host, Jordan Rivers, and this season we are discussing all college editions. So we have a very special guest in the studio with us today, Mrs. Janelle Reed Jackson. Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm good.
Thank you so much for coming out to the show. So this is all about college. We definitely want to make sure that we are informing, our communities how to, become college ready, basically. So it's great to have you on the show. So I'll just get right into the nitty gritty of it all. So I wanted to know, what is College Links?
So College Links is a college and career readiness program for high school students. It's minority based.
Okay.
And we are year round, and we do programming for students that are interested in STEAM related and business related careers.
Now, STEAM is that science,
Technology, engineering, arts, and math.
okay, so basically if those students are interested in any of those subjects, then they definitely want to look at College Links.
Well, it's career focused.
Okay.
Yes, so if you're looking for a career in engineering, if you're looking for a career maybe in the health sciences, say you want a career in finance, then these career opportunities fall within the STEAM label.
Okay. So the future scientists, the artists, all across the board for STEAM components, then
Yes.
they definitely should reach out to College Links.
Yes, even entrepreneurs.
Okay. Wonderful. I like that. So I wanted to know, how can students benefit from being a part of College Links?
Well, most of our programming is geared around soft skill development. And so when you're talking soft skill development, you're talking about communication and time management and leadership development skills. So what we prepare them for are to be leaders in whatever industry that they find themselves in career-wise.
Okay. What are the necessary steps that they need to take to be a part of College Links?
So the first step actually is the application that they can find online. And once they go through the application, then we'll give them a call back and walk them through the actual steps, which is verification. They'll also have to have referrals from high school rather, their teachers or counselors or someone like that. And so there's an actual application process that we take them through that starts online.
Okay. Now, you said a referral from like someone in high school.
Well, just like a reference.
Oh, okay.
So like you have a reference on a resume.
Okay.
This would be a reference. So someone that's going to vouch for you to say, yes, you are a scholar. Because this is a scholar program. So our scholars start at 3.0 and above.
Nice. Okay, so they start at 3.0 and above. So do you take on anyone who maybe has a 2.8 and is trying?
So this is actually something we're exploring.
Okay.
Our program cycles run from September through May, and then we have a special 2-week summer intensive in June.
Okay.
And so starting this September, we are exploring the idea of opening up our application process to students that are within that 2.75 to 3.0 range.
Okay.
But with that, there will be some contingencies. And so you'll have to actually bring your grade point average up within a certain time frame. And then there'll be a slightly different type of process for onboarding them for the program. They won't get guaranteed admittal as those with 3.0. But once they've proven or shown that they have gotten their grades up and they're more involved and that kind of thing, then we're exploring that for this coming year.
So I'm like, I don't remember what my GPA was in high school, but if I didn't have that 3.0, then I would be in trouble trying to get into College Links. So one thing that you said basically about the referrals, I know in the upcoming episodes, we are definitely going to touch on how important it is for high school students to have healthy relationships with the administration and teachers at their school. So if you can kind of give some advice for the students, because those referrals, letters of recommendation, those are very important, and it's needed not just for programs like College Links, but also when you apply to certain colleges, they do want letters of recommendation. So if you can give advice for, students to build healthy relationships.
Well, it's necessary, especially because you need someone to vouch for you. Employers, because we're a college readiness, but we're really career readiness as well. So we're trying to prepare them for careers. En-ROADS itself as an organization is an organization that was established to provide opportunities for minorities in the corporate space that are college students. So College Links is the actual high school component of En-ROADS. And so we still have a very heavy career focus in our programming. And what you're finding is that employers really are looking for people that have certain skill sets already in place that aren't just those technical skills or hard skills that you can learn in a classroom. And so you need someone to vouch for you. So you need someone to vouch for your character. You need someone to vouch for your soft skills in terms of time management. Do you know how to get along well with others? Are you good in a tight time situation? I mean, you need someone to say, yes, this person person can handle the pressure. This person will operate and play nicely, because that's important.
Very important.
It's important that you get along with people. And so this is what employers are looking for. And so since we are really heavy on the career readiness focus, we need to make sure that even coming in the door, those that are now wearing the College Links name, someone has vouched for them.
Okay, I think that is great. So everyone needs to make sure they have healthy relationships, because it will only help further you in your career. So I wanted to know, so if families, if parents, if they have any questions, who is it that they contact? I noticed that there were several locations in other states. So if you can just let me know, the areas. Oh, wait, we have a caller, so I'll come back to that. Caller, thank you for calling in to Turn the Pages. Do you have a question or a comment for us?
Yeah, hello?
Hello?
Yes, I was wondering, I am a college student at Lewis University. Okay, now I have a cousin that is a high grade point average student. Okay, now in order to prevent from them going into debt, like in Brazil and other countries, going to college there is free. So why can't it be free here? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So they won't get in debt, because even if they do get grades from college and all that stuff or whatever like that, they may not be guaranteed the job, because I work at a job, with somebody with a PhD that works there too. They couldn't even find that job that they were looking for. So what is the alternative to make the college free, without everybody getting into debt? You know what I'm saying? Because I can learn everything on the internet, that they preach in college. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're definitely going to cover scholarships and grants and everything out there in some upcoming episodes. But this is a good time to, let's ask Miss Free Jackson now if College Links provides anything about scholarships or grants. Thank you so much for calling, and I hope you tune in next week.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
So College Links, we don't provide scholarships. However, we do assist in the scholarship process in terms of helping them find scholarship programs that are out there. So there's some great, like Greenlight is a great scholarship-based program that's out there, where it's an actual database of the scholarships that are available. And so while College Links, we don't ourselves have scholarships available, we do take them through the process for financial aid and grants and scholarships that are out there. So,
Okay, and I hope that answers your question. And for anyone else who has questions about grants and scholarships, please do not hesitate to reach out to us. We will definitely be covering it in our upcoming episodes. So please be patient with us. I want to get into how many students has become a success due to the assistance of College Links.
Well, College Links itself, as it presently stands, is a newer program. So the program itself has been since 2012. There was a year hiatus, and so it was revamped in 2014. So I've been on board as the program manager for Chicago since 2014. So this is our third program cycle that we've completed. And the success stories that have come out of College Links kind of predate us, because most of our students are in college now. But students that have come through what was the program before us was called their pre-college program. And so there have been many successes that have come out of the pre-college program. And so you'll see heads of you'll see heads of corporations, because I know presently, I believe the president of, I want to say it's ComEd, don't quote me.
Okay.
But what I love about Inroads is the alumni are kind of this like secret society. So you'll run into people in all kind of business related industries that are Inroads alum. And because it's minority based, it gives us as College Links an opportunity to introduce our students to career fields and people that look like them, that are in higher positions within corporations.
Okay, I like that. So they're a little secret society.
Yeah, honestly.
So what type of program, or how do you connect that student with that person that may look like them, or is going into that, or is in the career field that they are currently working on pursuing?
So we have mentors. And so a lot of our mentors are from these various positions, and some of them are Inroads alum, and some of them are not. And so really it's a matter of the connections that we as a staff make. It's the connections that Inroads as a company already has, because Inroads has been around 45 years. And so because they've been around 45 years, the founder started Inroads so that he could provide these opportunities for minority youth. And so this has been what's been going on for the duration of the last 4 decades. And so this is kind of what we do, just connecting them as best as we can. So during our summer intensive, what we do is we actually take them to job sites. And so we've had a chance to take them to like one of the black investment firms here, Loop Capital. Okay. And so they were able to sit down with the vice president, a couple of the vice presidents really, and then have lunch with them and talk and ask them questions. We took them out to Colgate Palmolive and did the same thing there. This past summer, we took them to LinkedIn, and they had a chance also to meet the creators of the marketing company, rather, that's responsible for putting together the Chicago Marathon. Oh, wow. And so what most people don't know are the STEM-related fields that are attached to so many different industries. And so that's what we purpose to do, to make sure that we expose them to career opportunities that they may not have otherwise known about. So you may not have known about the engineering aspect that's needed within creating a marathon. You just think runners. But in terms of the planning that goes into it, and especially with something as big and worldwide as the Bank of America Marathon, these career fields, a lot of times we're not aware of. And so by entering, and when I say minority, I'm not saying just African American, because we have Latinos in our program, we have Asians in our program, in addition to African Americans. And so it's still not a strong representation of many of these ethnic groups within corporate spaces. And our job is to make sure that we expose them to these opportunities.
I think that's great because one of the issues I had, in high school, I had this idea, oh, I want to write, I want to do this, but I wasn't aware of all the opportunities that being a writer could really give me. And so as I'm, getting older, I'm like, oh, I want to do this. And so I'm going up the ladder, but I'm still grabbing onto different things. And that was mainly because I wasn't aware.
Right.
No one told me that
Right.
you can turn all of this into this thing. And so last week I touched on I believe it was collegemajors101.com, where you can actually go on the website, click onto a major, and then it gives you a list of the different things that you can do using that career path. So if you're watching the show and you want to do something and you're not sure, go right to their website, collegemajors101.com. Take a look around, and I hope you find something, that you are excited about, going to school for. So I wanted to talk about how individuals can actually support College Links, because it sounds like you all do a lot of amazing work for these high school students, and I hope that they really appreciate what you all do for them, because there wasn't a whole lot of programs, when I was in high school. I'll leave those years back then. So I hope they are very appreciative. So I want to know, how can individuals or companies support College Links?
So several ways. We, of course, always accept donations. In-kind donations are always wonderful and welcomed. However, other ways that they can support us, mentors. So if you're an employee of a company or corporation, by becoming a mentor is a great way of paying it forward. Another way that individuals can get involved would be during our 2-week intensive that I mentioned that we have in June. It's 10 consecutive days of programming that we involve them in, and this is when we give them an opportunity to visit job sites. So we look for corporations that would be willing to host us. So I mentioned LinkedIn, and I mentioned the company that puts together the Chicago Marathon. They're Chicago-based. Well, we also had a company in Milwaukee host us. So we drove to Milwaukee so that we could meet the employees over at Rockwell Automation. And so they took us on a tour, and they fed us lunch, and the employees sat with the students, and they engaged around, the conversations of opportunities within their company and corporation, and then what the students' interests were. I mean, the more that they're exposed, the more that our students are exposed on a very personal basis. It's different when you see it, and it's wonderful when it's on the website. I think that's wonderful. But then that next step would be the College Link step, where now you've seen, okay, this is what I'm interested in, so maybe now this is how I get in touch with someone in that field, because we get them one-on-one opportunities for engagement.
Okay, I think that's great, that Milwaukee trip. I think all students love trips. Like, who doesn't love it? So last week we really touched on how important it is to have that relationship with your high school counselor that can also help you, get into high school and, have those healthy relationships. So I wanted to know what advice, especially for someone who can't get into College Links because of their GPA, what advice do you have for them to continue to pursue higher learning?
Well, I think the opportunities for higher learning are so open nowadays. You can go to a city college in Chicago for free once you get your GPA to a certain point. So there are a lot of opportunities for higher learning. That's why I kind of went back and reiterated the fact that we really are career focused. We're career heavy because we understand that with this specific, it's a leadership program, which is some of the reason the GPA has to look a certain way, not to be exclusionary, but it is exclusionary in that sense, because these are students then that we know if you're focused enough to to actually bring your grades up to a certain point, then you'll be focused in the way that we need you to be for the training that we are going to engage you in. But for students looking for college opportunities, it's wide open. And so the scholarships are a great way to go. Of course, you still have financial aid. So all of that, yeah, the opportunities are there. But I would always suggest to a student you want to focus now. If you're in high school, you need to start focusing now, because by the time you get to college, you will be overwhelmed, because the course load is just much different in college. And I've had students that were 3.0s in 3.4s in high school, and by the time they got to college, some of them felt a little overwhelmed because it's just a different pace. Now you're competing with people that are in the same grade point average space that you're in. And so my real advice, it's a lot of opportunities. My advice would be get prepared now. If you're a sophomore or junior in high school, start getting prepared now. Don't wait till you get to college to try to get prepared for college.
I agree 100%. I was not overwhelmed. I was one of those students that was prepared for college. So that is much needed advice, and I hope that everyone who listens heeds to it. So you career ready. So that's something that I keep hearing, and so I have this question. So when I want to know, can someone in College Links, like what's the age limit? Can you be in college while you're a part of College Links, or how is that?
So College Links is strictly the high school component. You have to, in order to be admitted, you have to already have decided that you're going to college. So college is just kind of like an automatic with College Links. You can't come to College Links and say, oh, well, I want to go into this career field, but I don't want to do college. Doesn't work like that. So to be part of college, you have to declare that you are going to school, and you may not have decided on a major, or your major may change, but you have to have an interest in a STEAM-related field for your studies in college. So once you've gone through College Links, then there is the Inroads program, which is the leadership program for college students. You, again, have to be in college to participate. So all of this, college is the foundation of Inroads.
Okay.
Whether you're going to college because you're in high school thinking about it, or you're already in college as an Inroads currently in the Inroads program. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense, because I'm like, well, do they have to, can they be in college and be in, okay.
Yeah, Inroads is college. So high school, you have to sophomore, junior, senior year of high school. That's College Links. And so we're preparing you for college. So we don't do ACT prep, we don't do SAT prep, because a lot of the schools already do that in their curriculums. So what we focus on are the other pieces, like FAFSA, making sure you know how to fill that out, scholarships, making sure that you know how to write your personal statement. So that's the kind of stuff that we do. And then we also, again, the career-heavy piece to this is understanding that I'm going to college to move me into a career. And so that's the trend. It's a natural transition, especially when you have so many college students that come out of college and they kind of wander and they don't know. Well, this kind of gives them that focus to say, I'm going through college because I'm getting to a career.
Okay. So do you touch bases on the importance of getting an internship while you're in college?
Inroads is an internship program.
Okay.
That's what Inroads is. College Links, we are working on building an internship piece into our program model. It's not currently there, but Inroads is an intern program. So once you come into Inroads, they move you right into internships.
Oh, wow. Well, that is so wonderful. I'm taking notes. I don't know if you notice. I'm like, let me write this down because someone may call and ask. So, again, I want to thank you to everyone who tuned in to learn about College Links with Mrs. Reed Jackson. So, if you have any questions or concerns, please go right to the website, www.turnthepages.org. Let us know if you have any questions. The email address is right underneath. We definitely have to wrap up because we don't want to go over our time. But thank you so much for tuning in to our college edition. I hope you tune in next Monday at 7 p.m. for another special guest. And you definitely don't want to miss it if you are interested in scholarships. So have a wonderful, wonderful, wait, the producers are saying something.
What? Hi. I can't read that, guys. I'm sorry.
We're trying to wrap up. And
You want me to give my website?
yes,
Yeah.
okay, the College Links website.
collegelinks.inroads.org. I figured that's where we were going with this. collegelinks.inroads.org. I was going to give it to Miss Mason, and if they contacted her, she would have it.
Yes, oh my goodness. Well, thank you once again for tuning in to Turn the Pages, our college edition. I hope you tune in next week. I am your host, Jordan Rivers. Have a great evening.